Welcome to the Cenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into something that's surprisingly common but often misunderstood. Anhedonia. Have you ever felt like you just can't find joy in the things you used to love?
Yeah. Well, that's anhedonia, and it can really impact your life in a huge way. And it touches everything from your relationships to your motivation to even just like your everyday well-being. We've got a great in-depth guide that we're going to be using today, and it's going to help us unpack this complex condition. So yeah, get ready because we're about to uncover the why and the how of dealing with anhedonia.
It's fascinating, right?
Yeah.
The word anhedonia actually comes from the Greek words for without pleasure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a pretty powerful way to describe that feeling of being disconnected from things that usually bring us joy, you know?
That's a great point. It really highlights how it's more than just feeling a little down. It's like a fundamental shift
Exactly.
in your ability to experience pleasure.
And that inability to experience pleasure can show up in different ways. You might be familiar with the term social butterfly, right?
But have you ever heard of social anhedonia?
I haven't.
So that's when social interactions that most people find enjoyable just don't spark any joy. And it can lead to withdrawing from friends and family, which just makes you feel even more isolated.
Wow. I hadn't thought about it that way. It's like the opposite of being a social butterfly, almost like a social moth or something.
Yeah.
Drawn to the darkness. And I bet that can really snowball and make it even harder to break out of that cycle.
Yeah.
But social situations are the only things affected, right?
Ooh, right. There's also physical anhedonia where even simple pleasures like eating a delicious meal or, feeling a warm hug, they just don't register the same way they used to.
So it's like your senses are dull and even things that used to bring you comfort just don't have that same impact.
Yeah.
That must be so frustrating.
It is. And then there's the challenge of looking forward to things, like planning a vacation, something that should be exciting.
Yeah.
Feeling absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That's anticipatory anhedonia.
Oh, I can see how that'd be a real motivation killer. Like you're looking forward to something, but the anticipation, the happy flutter in your chest, it's just not there.
Exactly. And it can even affect enjoying activities that you're already doing. Consummatory anhedonia takes the joy out of actually doing things, even things that you once loved.
So you might start a hobby you're passionate about, but as you're doing it, the enjoyment just doesn't come.
Yeah.
It's wild. I almost wonder, like, what's going on in the brain
Yeah.
when someone experiences this? What's happening behind the scenes?
Well, it's a complex interplay of a lot of factors, but one of the key players is brain chemistry.
Okay.
So think of neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins as messengers that help regulate your mood
Right.
and your ability to experience pleasure. And when these messengers aren't functioning properly, it can really throw off your whole reward system.
So it's like those feel-good chemicals that usually give you a boost are either out of whack or not getting their message across?
Exactly. It's like they're trying to deliver a package of happiness, but the address is wrong or the delivery truck is broken down.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that brain chemistry is involved. What else contributes to this complex puzzle? Our guide mentions a few other factors, right?
Yeah. Genetics can play a role.
Okay.
If someone in your family has struggled with depression or anhedonia, you might be more susceptible to experiencing it yourself. It's kind of like inheriting a vulnerability.
That makes sense. So it's not a guarantee, but it's like having a family history of something like heart disease or high blood pressure.
Right.
You might not develop it, but you're more likely to. What about other factors, like our environment
Yeah,
or the things we go through in life? Do those play a role?
definitely. Chronic stress, for example, can wear down your brain's ability to bounce back and experience pleasure. It's like running your car engine nonstop without ever giving it a break or an oil change. Eventually, it's going to start sputtering.
That's such a good analogy. And I imagine trauma can have a similar effect, leaving a lasting impact on the brain's reward system.
Absolutely. Trauma can disrupt the way your brain processes emotions and experiences, making it much harder to access those feelings of joy and pleasure.
And we can't forget about the impact of social factors.
Right.
Our environment and the people we surround ourselves with can really influence how we feel and experience the world.
Exactly. Social isolation in particular can really amplify feelings of anhedonia. It's like being stuck in a soundproof room. You can shout all you want, but no one can hear you. That lack of connection can really take a toll.
And it's a two-way street, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like anhedonia can lead to social withdrawal, and then that isolation can then make the anhedonia worse.
it is. And even our lifestyle choices, things like diet and exercise, can contribute to the problem.
Yeah.
When we're not taking care of our physical health, it can impact our mental well-being as well.
So it's really a combination of factors, like genetics, our experiences, and even our lifestyle choices that all come together to influence our vulnerability to anhedonia. It's like each piece adds another layer to the complexity.
Exactly. And that's what makes understanding anhedonia so important. It's not just about feeling sad. It's about a really complex interplay of forces that impact our ability to experience joy and engage with the world around us.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is a complex picture. It makes you think, how do healthcare professionals even begin to untangle it all? Like, how do you diagnose anhedonia?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's not like there's a simple blood test to check for it, right?
Right. It's not that straightforward. It's more about careful observation and asking the right questions.
Okay.
So mental health professionals use a combination of, in-depth conversations and standardized questionnaires to really assess someone's mood, their behavior and experiences.
It's a lot like detective work, piecing together clues to
Exactly.
get a clear picture of what's going on.
And just like a good detective often relies on witnesses' input from family and friends, can be incredibly valuable in diagnosing anhedonia. They might notice subtle changes in behavior or mood that the individual might not even be aware of.
That makes sense. Sometimes it's easier for those around us to spot those shifts in our behavior, especially when we're caught up in our own thoughts and feelings.
Okay.
So once anhedonia is diagnosed, what are the next steps? What can someone do to start feeling better?
Well, the good news is that there are several paths to recovery. And one of the most effective approaches is psychotherapy.
Therapy. How does talking to someone help with anhedonia?
Well, specific types of therapy can be incredibly helpful. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, helps individuals identify and challenge negative thought patterns that might be contributing to their inability to experience pleasure.
So it's about recognizing those unhelpful thought patterns and learning to reframe them.
Exactly. It's about changing the way you think about things. And then there's behavioral activation, which focuses on gradually reintroducing enjoyable activities back into your life. It's like slowly dipping your toes back into the pool of pleasure, starting with small, manageable steps.
Yeah, I can see how that would be beneficial. Sometimes when you're struggling with anhedonia, even the thought of doing something enjoyable can feel overwhelming. So starting small and building from there makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But what if therapy alone isn't enough? Are there other options available?
Absolutely. Medication can also play a role in treating anhedonia, particularly antidepressants.
Okay.
Remember those neurotransmitters we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Well, antidepressants, and specifically SSRIs, can help rebalance those brain chemicals, boosting levels of serotonin and dopamine.
So it's like giving those happiness messengers a little extra support to make sure they can deliver their packages.
You got it. And in some cases, doctors might also prescribe dopaminergic agents, which are medications that specifically target the dopamine system, which is closely linked to our brain's reward pathways.
So there's a whole arsenal of tools that could be used to tackle this.
Right.
But I imagine the most effective approach is often a combination of these tools, right?
That's right. Treatment is rarely a one-size-fits-all approach.
Yeah.
It often involves a combination of therapy, medication, and lifestyle changes, all working together to restore balance and well-being.
Speaking of lifestyle changes, our guide really emphasizes the importance of taking an active role in managing anhedonia. It's not just about relying on professionals. There are things you can do on your own to help yourself feel better, right?
Absolutely. One of the most powerful tools we have is exercise.
Really, just moving our bodies can help with this. That seems almost too simple.
It might seem simple, but it's incredibly effective. Even a short walk can boost those mood-regulating chemicals like endorphins and dopamine. It's like giving your brain a natural mood boost.
Wow, so it's like a two-for-one deal.
Yeah.
You get the physical benefits of exercise and the mental boost from those feel-good chemicals. Are there other things we can do in our daily lives to combat anhedonia?
Diet plays a huge role, too. A balanced diet rich in nutrients that support brain health can make a world of difference.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
But are there any specific foods or nutrients that are especially helpful?
Our guide highlights a few. Omega-3 fatty acids, which you can find in fatty fish like salmon and walnuts, are known for their anti-inflammatory properties and their role in supporting brain function.
Yeah, okay.
Vitamin D is another important one. It's crucial for mood regulation and can be obtained through sunlight or supplements. And then there are the B vitamins, particularly B6, B12, and folate. They're essential for energy production and play a role in neurotransmitter synthesis.
So it's not just about cutting out junk food. It's about making sure we're nourishing our brains with the right building blocks. I know we talked about how social withdrawal is a symptom of anhedonia, but is there a way to turn that around and to actually use social interaction as a tool for healing?
Absolutely. Even though it can feel incredibly difficult at first, pushing yourself to connect with others can be a powerful antidote to anhedonia. Reaching out to friends and family, joining group activities, or even just striking up a conversation with a stranger can help combat those feelings of isolation and start to rewire your brain's reward system.
It's like breaking free from that soundproof room and letting the world hear your voice again.
Exactly. And the more you connect, the better you feel, creating a positive feedback loop that can help you regain that sense of joy and connection. But remember, recovering from anhedonia is a journey, and it's important to be patient with yourself. There will be ups and downs along the way.
That's such an important reminder. It's not about expecting overnight miracles, but about taking consistent steps towards healing and allowing yourself grace along the way.
And never underestimate the power of professional guidance. A therapist can be an invaluable ally in this journey, providing support tools and personalized strategies to help you navigate the challenges of anhedonia.
It's like having a knowledgeable guide to help you navigate the terrain and find the best path forward. But what about those of us who are supporting someone with anhedonia? What can we do to help our loved ones through this difficult time?
That's a great question, and we'll delve into that in the next part of our deep dive. We'll explore how to support someone with anhedonia and navigate the challenges that come with caring for someone with this condition. So stay tuned.
Welcome back to our deep dive. So we've explored what anhedonia is, what causes it, and even some ways to manage it. But what about the future? Is there hope for new breakthroughs in understanding and treating this really complex condition? What does our guide say about the latest research?
Well, what's really exciting is that our understanding of anhedonia is constantly evolving. Researchers are making some incredible strides in unraveling the mysteries of this condition. And one area that's particularly fascinating is the study of neural circuitry. Imagine being able to map the specific pathways in the brain that are responsible for experiencing pleasure. That's what scientists are working on right now.
Wow. So it's like creating a detailed roadmap of the brain's pleasure centers and figuring out where the roadblocks are?
Exactly. And by understanding how these circuits function and where they might be disrupted, researchers hope to develop even more targeted and effective treatments.
That's amazing. It sounds like we're really on the verge of some huge breakthroughs. Is there anything else on the horizon that you're particularly excited about?
Definitely. Researchers are also exploring the role of inflammation in the body and how it might contribute to anhedonia. And there's a growing body of evidence suggesting that chronic inflammation could actually disrupt those crucial brain circuits we've been talking about. It's like having a constant low-grade fire smoldering in your body, making it harder for those pleasure signals to get through.
That's a really powerful image. And what about the role of genetics? We touched on that earlier, but are scientists getting closer to pinpointing specific genes that might be involved?
They are. The field of genetics is advancing so rapidly, and researchers are identifying specific genes that might make individuals more susceptible to developing anhedonia. And this kind of knowledge could be revolutionary in terms of early intervention and personalized treatment approaches.
That's incredibly hopeful. It sounds like the future of anhedonia treatment is all about tailoring interventions to each individual's unique needs and biological makeup.
It is. Imagine a future where doctors can use your genetic information to predict your response to different medications and therapies. This would allow them to create a truly personalized treatment plan that's much more likely to be effective. It's like having a custom-tailored suit for your brain.
That's a great analogy. So with all these advancements in research and treatment, what's the overall message for people who are struggling with this?
Well, the message is one of hope and empowerment. Even though anhedonia can make it really hard to experience joy, it's so important to remember that the capacity for pleasure is still within you. It's like a pilot light that might be flickering, but it can be reignited with the right support and care.
That's such a powerful and reassuring thought. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are some key takeaways for our listeners? What do we want them to remember about anhedonia?
Well, first, anhedonia is a real condition, and it's more common than you might think. Second, it's treatable. With the right combination of therapy, medication, and lifestyle changes, you can regain your ability to experience joy. And finally, never give up hope. The scientific community is constantly making strides in understanding and treating anhedonia. The future is bright, and there are reasons to be optimistic.
That's a wonderful message to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of anhedonia. We hope you found this information helpful and empowering. Remember, you're not alone, and there is help available. If you or someone you know is struggling with anhedonia, reach out to a mental health professional. With the right support, you can rediscover those sources of joy and live a more fulfilling life.
Thanks for tuning in to the Cenario podcast. Don't forget to visit Cenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.